if you want gender and
Okay.
this has
Yeah.
age on it. But if you want gender, I've got this one.
Well, it's gender first. Age is another factor because there are age factors within the gender and also outside of the gender.
Okay, so this is the gender differences.
You want to
And
bring
this-
that one up?
Boom, there we go.
Whoop.
Oh, okay.
There.
This is the
You
gender
and I clicked it at the
difference.
same time.
The 28% is the delta between the prior election and this one. So it was 24%. So if you take this demographic, it'd be 24% for Kamala, whatever that percentage is for everything else, and then 74. And the difference is you could read this as a plus, you could read this as a loss of 28% for the Democrats. So they lost 28% versus where they were 4 years ago. If that chart makes sense.
Right.
Complicated
And white
chart.
women kind of did the same thing. We'll get to that too. But overall, they voted more towards there are more women percentage-wise that voted Democrat than men.
Oh, yes. Clearly.
Now, is this specifically for the presidency or is this for?
Yes, this is for the presidency.
Okay.
So, well, let's skip down to.
So on each one, it basically says like the men tend to vote more red than the women.
Yes, sir.
But
Yeah, okay, I guess
you know what?
All right, I don't care.
Even
Too
black
bad.
men are
They're
being
pound sand.
blamed too.
Oh, yes, they are.
Okay. Even though they still voted predominantly Democrat, 81% did. Guess in the last election, it would have been 93%. So a whole bunch of black men all of a sudden decided to vote Republican.
No, I don't think guys want a woman. I'm just saying.
And
Well-
you know what? Here's one I didn't see. Black women. How's 18%? This must be on a different percentage basis.
No, it's the difference between this election and the last election. So it would basically be like 92% voted for.
That's what I
before.
mean. It's
Yeah.
a percentage of the percent that
difference.
voted, not not. You can't add the percentages.
Yeah.
You can't add 18 to 90. No, it doesn't work that way. It's 18% of the 90. But anyway, yeah, a lot of black women did not want Kamala in there.
8% is a lot.
Yeah, and even Latino men, or Latino women and Latina men. I guess they have. I got those wrong. Whatever. They even voted less Democrat than previously.
Yeah.
So all in all, Republicans gained ground in pretty much every racial area. So we're still going to blame this primarily on white men, but other men still weren't as much in opposition to what white men wanted. Let's put it that way. And I don't really mean there should be opposition. You know what? You're entitled to your opinion. I don't care. I mean, yeah, you don't have to agree with me. I like it that you do, though. I mean, and I'm not talking me personally. I'm talking about men in general.
I goofed on the scales. This is the percentage of the electorate. that they made up. So 28%.
Oh.
White men were 28% of the votes cast.
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
goofed. I pulled this chart from somewhere else and I
Okay.
didn't get the right legend on it. Sorry about that. But I
Okay.
want to fix my mistake. So
So
but-
we can't say it's the difference between the previous one.
yeah,
Just
it'd be
the
nice, but
percent of the electorate.
well, but what I did, so the black one keeps coming up, and in this one they said he didn't quite double it, so it was still close to 8%. They talked about this one all last night, like when Steve talks about the raging against the black men. It's real. It's very real. I was listening to a Democratic pundit who said something that was like legitimately racist, and the quote was, "The black men didn't come home for Kamala," and I was just sitting there going, this is a Democratic pundit, and he's sitting here throwing racist slurs at black men for not coming home. Oh my God, dude, bad idea.
Well, this race was all identity politics.
Mhm.
And so, but a black man, if it's identity politics, well, he's got his black identity and he's got his male identity. So he weighed more heavily on his male identity. And it's not that there is no team men. No, it's not all the men banding together. No, it's as a man, you vote in your best interest. As a black or a white, you're going to vote in your best interest. In this case, he's black and male, and being male was how he identified, and he voted in his personal male best interest rather than his personal black best interest. And maybe that was the right choice for him.
Well, and what if it was, and I think we heard this a lot in the run-up, what if the black male best interest was Trump? I know I heard a lot of, our fellow black men saying things exactly like that.
Yeah, we'll get into this. I mean,
Okay.
kind of what's the best interest? That'll come up kind of in another category.
True.
The next gap that I want to mention is the education gap. Primarily,
do they even have
it
that on
is
here?
college-educated white women. They predominantly voted Democrat. The women without college education did not anywhere near the same percentage vote Democrat. Therefore, there's an education gap. These uneducated white women didn't vote the way they were supposed to.
The data says they really didn't. The non-college women did the ladies, you did the wrong thing. According to the data here.